Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, there lived a young prince named Edward. Edward was born into a life of privilege and luxury, but he was not happy. He spent his days lounging around the castle, playing games, and indulging in whatever he pleased. One day a wise old sage came to the castle and asked to speak with the prince. The prince, bored and curious, agreed to meet with the sage. The sage looked at the prince and said, "It is not in the stars to hold our destiny, but in ourselves." The prince was confused and asked the sage to explain what he meant. The sage replied, "Your fate is not predetermined by some cosmic force, but rather by the choices you make in life." The prince still didn't understand and asked for an example. The sage said, "Let me ask you a question, my dear prince. What do you want to be remembered for? What legacy do you want to leave behind?" The prince thought for a moment and replied, "I don't know. I've never really thought about it." The sage nodded and said, "Then you are not living your life with purpose. You are letting life happen to you instead of making life happen for you. You have the power to create your own destiny, but you must first decide what you want to achieve." The prince was struck by the sage's words and realized that he had been living a meaningless existence. He vowed to change his ways and start living with purpose. From that day forward, he devoted himself to helping his people, to making a difference in the world, and to leaving a lasting legacy that would be remembered for generations to come. In the end, the prince learned that our fate is not predetermined by the stars or any other outside force, but rather by the choices we make in life. If we want to achieve greatness, we must first decide what we want to achieve and then take action to make it happen.